The moment Conor McGregor steps into range, you're already in danger. You might not even know it. He doesn't chase knockouts, he waits for them. When that left hand lands, it's not a punch, it's a shutdown sequence. The move that defined him, the counter straight left. It's clean, it's fast, and it's vicious. Just ask Jose Aldo. One step forward, one perfect slip, and boom! Aldo was out cold in 13 seconds. That wasn't luck. Conor mastered that timing through hours of boxing drills at Crumlin Gym in Dublin. He reads opponents like a sniper tracking breath patterns. The right shoulder dips, and he's already firing. No hesitation, no warning, just precision on a hair trigger. That lean stance of his with the hands low is designed to bait overcommits and then punish them instantly. It's not about throwing hard, it's about throwing first, clean, and perfect. This single weapon carried him through 2 divisions, including dropping Nate Diaz, Eddie Alvarez, Chad Mendez, and even touching up Khabib. Fighters knew it was coming. That left hand was no secret, they just couldn't stop it. When Conor sets his feet and the crowd holds its breath, that left hand does the rest. You think you're ready for Khabib until your legs are tied up, your back's on the fence, and your arms can't move. The suffocation process Khabib perfected in the mountain gyms of Dagestan starting from childhood. His signature move, the leg trap against the cage. Once you're caught in it, you're not getting out, not without giving up your will first. It starts with a clean takedown, but the real nightmare begins when he hooks your legs with his own and traps them like they're in a seatbelt. Now you can't stand, you can't shrimp, and you can't breathe without his permission. Against Edson Barboza, it was a clinic. Khabib held him down like a sandbag and talked to Dana White between strikes. Against Michael Johnson, he pummeled him while calmly explaining that he deserved this. Even elite grapplers couldn't escape. Poirier, Gaethje, Dos Anjos all got trapped, flattened, and smothered. The most dangerous part, he didn't need a submission, just time and pressure in the cage. Khabib turned takedowns into prison cells, and in those final moments, every opponent came to the same realization. He wasn't fighting you, he was breaking you. Jon Jones doesn't just win fights. He dismantles game plans before they ever get started, and nothing messes up a striker's rhythm like his infamous oblique kick. It's not flashy, it's not even fast, but it's strategic violence at its smartest. A stiff stomp aimed at your lead knee, meant to hyperextend your joint, stop your forward motion, and make you think twice about every step. He uses it like a fencer uses a jab, constantly poking, setting range, and forcing hesitation. He first showcased it against Rampage Jackson and kept it rolling through Glover Teixeira, Anthony Smith, and even Dominic Reyes. It disrupts wrestlers, paralyzes kickboxers, and neutralizes pressure fighters. Critics have called it dirty. Fighters have begged the UFC to ban it. Jones never cared. It's legal and it's effective. That's all that matters. What makes it scarier is how he mixes it with spinning elbows, high kicks, and takedowns. You're bracing for a stomp and suddenly eating a forearm to the temple. With an 84-inch reach, creative timing, and absolute control, Jon turned that oblique kick into a signature that's part psychological trap, part tactical shutdown. You don't move freely when Jones is standing in front of you. You second-guess everything. Israel Adesanya is known as a timing specialist with sniper instincts. And the move that defines him? The pull counter right hook. It's calm, calculated violence. The opponent steps in thinking they found an opening, and in that same breath, Adesanya leans back just enough, plants, and snaps the hook across their chin. Clean, quick, devastating. Use it against the very best. When Robert Whittaker blitzed forward in their title fight, Adesanya didn't flinch. He pulled, countered, and dropped him twice. Same thing against Paulo Costa, who never even touched him. The genius lies in how subtle it is. There's no load up, no exaggerated setup, just a feint, a slight retreat, and a perfectly timed shot. With his 80-inch reach and surgical precision, you get a counter weapon that feels unfair. He doesn't need chaos, he creates it in your openings. Opponents press forward thinking they're making progress, but Adesanya has already seen that move, mapped the angle, and fired the hook before you can even blink. That's why it lands. That's why it finishes. Anderson Silva didn't defend punches, he erased them from existence. His head movement looked like it belonged in a movie, not a cage. Standing flat-footed, hands down, leaning side to side like he was dancing, he'd watch your punches fly right past his chin, then fire back with laser accuracy. The most unforgettable display came at UFC 101 against Forrest Griffin. Silva flowed around every punch, slipping a full combo with ease before planting a clean jab that dropped Griffin instantly. As the crowd erupted, Silva had already turned away, unfazed, like the knockout was routine. The replay looked surreal. every movement smooth, effortless, and precise. It wasn't just dominance, it was a live demonstration of complete control against a former champion. This wasn't instinct alone. Silva trained reflex drills religiously, using tennis balls, dodging slips on cables, and perfecting movement with his hands low to force sharper reactions. His style came from Muay Thai roots blended with boxing rhythm and street fighting confidence. The brilliance of it all? He made elite strikers look confused. Fighters would swing with everything and hit air. Then Silva would clip them with a counter they never saw coming. His head didn't just move to avoid shots, it moved to control the movement. That's what made it art. When Francis Ngannou loads up his uppercut, it's not just a punch. It's a warning shot to reality itself. He doesn't need angles. He doesn't need combos. All he needs is 1 second, one read, and one explosion. Just ask Alistair Overeem. That uppercut didn't just end the fight. It became a viral poster for raw power. Overeem's body dropped like gravity quit. His uppercut comes from a rare mix of instincts and force. There's no dramatic wind-up. He shifts his weight, dips just slightly, and throws it like a piston straight through your soul. His team at Extreme Couture focused on building that efficiency. They knew if they refined his mechanics even a little, the rest would take care of itself. It works best when opponents panic and duck under, trying to shoot or escape the chaos. That's when the uppercut detonates. He's dropped wrestlers mid-level charge, cracked strikers during clinch breaks, and done it all with terrifying calm. And the scariest part, he doesn't even look like he's trying. He doesn't chase knockouts, they just happen when his arms move. That uppercut is his insurance policy. One mistake and you're not just knocked out, you're deleted. Charles Oliveira doesn't wait for perfect positions. He creates chaos and hunts submissions in the storm. His jump guillotine acts like a trap door. One misstep and you're caught midair, wrapped in a vice before you even realize what happened. This isn't some Hail Mary move. Oliveira drills it with timing that's downright predatory. Against Dustin Poirier, it was textbook. As Poirier ducked in, Oliveira latched on, adjusted midair, pulled guard, and locked it in before Poirier even had a chance to scramble. Same story with Kevin Lee. Fighters shoot in panic and he meets them mid-level change, coiling around the neck like a snake closing in. His secret? His transitions are seamless. He doesn't pause between striking and grappling. 1 second he's throwing elbows, the next he's climbing onto your throat. That unpredictability turns pressure into panic. He developed that style from years of grinding in jiu-jitsu tournaments in Brazil, where fluid movement was survival. In MMA, he just added violence to it. And when he jumps for your neck, it's not reckless, it's calculated risk. He's not holding on and hoping, he's squeezing and finishing. That jump guillotine isn't an escape, it's a weapon triggered mid-fight, launched with precision and zero hesitation. Once it's locked in, the fight shifts instantly, and the finish usually isn't far behind. Sean O'Malley doesn't celebrate knockouts, he predicts them. His signature move, that walk-off KO right hand. No follow-up, no ref interference, just a clean shot, a casual turn, and a strut before the body even hits the mat. His precision dressed in confidence. Against Eddie Wineland, it was surgical. O'Malley feinted low, kept the range perfect, and let the right hand fly. Wineland dropped instantly, and O'Malley was already turning away, calm, composed, like he'd seen it play out before. No unnecessary flair, just confidence built on perfect timing, measured distance, and a result he never doubted for a second. He sharpens that right hand through hours of sniper drills, focusing on speed, distance control, and deceptive setups. He'll lull opponents into false confidence with awkward movement, then snap a counter straight through the chin. His lanky frame and wide stance help create angles most strikers can't find, and once he reads your rhythm, your right hand becomes a laser-guided finisher. The walk-off isn't about showboating, it's about certainty. He doesn't swing wild, he lands once, you drop, he walks. That kind of cold confidence has turned highlight moments into a brand, and that right hand, it's already locked and ready. Alex Pereira's left hook doesn't knock people out. It shuts them off like a light switch. It's the move that sent Israel Adesanya crashing at Madison Square Garden, and the same strike that tore through the kickboxing world before he ever stepped into the UFC. It's compact, it's brutal, and it lands with zero warning. Pereira hides it behind a calm, almost lazy stance. He'll throw a few low kicks, stand tall, and lull opponents into thinking they have time. But the moment they step in, boom, the left hook detonates. Against Adesanya, all it took was one mistake. Pereira stalked, measured, and launched it like a missile to the jaw. Fight over. What makes it so deadly isn't just the power, it's the timing. Pereira throws it mid-exchange when your hands are committed and your chin's exposed. And the mechanics? Pure kickboxing mastery. Short rotation, planted base, and no telegraph. Dustin Poirier doesn't overwhelm you with flash, he breaks you down with grit and sharp hands. His signature? That tight boxing shell combined with a nasty left hook. It's not wild, it's not reckless, it's pure chaos wrapped in control. Watch the way he closed the distance on Conor McGregor in their rematch. No panic, no wind-up, just tight elbows, chin tucked, absorbing shots on his arms, then ripping short hooks in return. That left hand caught Conor clean again and again until the momentum flipped. It's the same combo that stunned Guillotine, melted Alvarez, and wore down Holloway in a 5-round war. What makes Poirier dangerous is his rhythm. He doesn't throw one shot, he stacks them. Body, head, body, and you never get a break. Trained out of an American top team, he refined that shell through constant sparring, learning to walk through storms without losing structure. When the left hook lands, it's never isolated. It's part of a combo that's already halfway done before you react. That's what makes it lethal. It doesn't signal danger. It's already part of the damage. Poirier's style is built on pressure and precision, and that left hand is the punctuation mark that ends the story. Jose Aldo didn't just win fights, he rewired how fighters stand. Signature move? Those savage low-to-the-ground leg kicks that turned elite athletes into limping targets. When Aldo went after your lead leg, you didn't last long. Just ask Uriah Faber. By the end of 5 rounds, Faber's thigh looked like he got hit with a baseball bat 50 times. His power wasn't just in the impact, it was in the mechanics. He'd whip that kick from his hip with no telegraph, landing shin first with perfect timing. Trained in Muay Thai and sharpened in Nova União's brutal sparring sessions, Aldo perfected a kick that didn't need volume, it needed precision. Against Frankie Edgar, Ricardo Lamas, and Chad Mendes, he chopped the legs early and often, forcing them to adjust footwork, switch stances, or stop pressuring altogether. That small shift gave him control of the entire octagon. And once the leg was compromised, everything else opened up. His boxing, his takedown defense, his timing, it all started with that first kick. He turned a basic weapon into a crippling advantage. Fighters tried to brace for it. Coaches game planned around it, but the result was usually the same. One kick, one scream, one game plan destroyed. Tony Ferguson fights like he's glitching reality. His style is all sharp edges, elbows slicing from every angle, and submissions tucked inside every chaotic scramble. With Tony, there's no pause, no reset. You get dragged into the madness, cut up, and left trying to solve a puzzle that never stops shifting. Watch the Anthony Pettis fight. Elbow after elbow, thrown mid-motion, mid-clinch, even mid-spin. Ferguson slices opponents like he's holding hidden blades. His use of elbows from both guard and open space isn't random. It's rehearsed instantly, drilled at altitude in Big Bear, and sharpened under unorthodox coaches with wild systems. Then there's the Darcy choke, his favorite submission, especially in transitions. Against Mike Lee and Lando Venata, Ferguson snatched it mid-scramble like he was fishing underwater. He doesn't need dominant positions. He just needs a moment where your neck's exposed and your mind's still catching up. His movement, inspired by Wing Chun traps, breakdancing drills, and wrestling roots, turns every second into unpredictable danger. He rolls, flips, elbows, and grabs legs when most fighters are just trying to reset. That style broke opponents long before the final bell. The damage piles up, the rhythm disappears, and suddenly you're bleeding, guessing, and stuck in a choke. With Tony, the fight never stays normal, and that's exactly the point. Demetrius Johnson pulled off a move so perfect it looked like a video game glitch in real life. The suplex to armbar against Ray Borg wasn't luck. It was a planned execution built through years of timing, technique, and absolute composure under pressure. Late in the 5th round of their title fight, Johnson lifted Borg with a full suplex, textbook form. But in midair, before Borg even hit the mat, Demetrius was already grabbing the arm. As they landed, he slid into position and locked in the armbar with surgical precision, one smooth motion. No pause, no scramble, just pure brilliance. That move wasn't flashy for the sake of it. It was the final note in a symphony of control. His style's built on constant motion, sharp angles, and perfect reads. He never wastes a moment. Every step, feint, and grip is intentional. And while others rely on power or chaos, Demetrius wins with mastery. His setups are clean, his transitions are elite, and his ability to chain strikes to takedowns to submissions is unmatched. That suplex armbar combo wasn't just the best finish in flyweight history. It was a reminder that technical perfection still reigns supreme. He didn't just end the fight, he made art. So now that you've seen every legendary weapon from the UFC's deadliest icons, here's the real question. If you had to survive just one round with any of them, whose signature move would you least want to see coming? Let us know in the comments if you're brave enough.